It's been nearly 3 years since the release of the original Oculus Quest, and despite the millions of users, endless budget from Meta, and multiple attempts from AAA developers, standalone games still fail to come anywhere near the quality of PCVR titles, and I don't just mean graphically. It would be unfair to judge them based on visuals alone, because many of them look very impressive given the headset's limited power. The problem is that most of these games are very lacking in scope, usually taking just a few hours to complete, and that's really where the divide between the two platforms occurs. While it doesn't have quite as many new releases, PCVR has a huge list of massive virtual reality titles, from the obvious ones like Half-Life Alyx and Boneworks, to the more overlooked Oculus originals such as Asgard's Wrath. The point is, these aren't just one-and-done adventures, they feel like actual AAA titles, and that's something we see very little of on the Quest platform. Now that's not to say there aren't a few standout titles. I thoroughly enjoyed Resident Evil 4, and playing Thrill of the Fight without being tethered to a PC is really a game changer. But over the last couple of years, we've been seeing a pretty big shift in who VR developers are trying to appeal to. From the people wanting massive VR titles that took advantage of their systems, to now the more casual VR users who spend their time playing live service multiplayer games. That's why we saw the Rocket League style VR sports game Knock absolutely explode in user purchases, while incredible single player titles such as Tentacular and Cosmonious High relatively underperformed. I'm not necessarily saying this shift is bad, it's certainly not a surprising move, but it does mean that VR developers are a lot less incentivized to make these big budget VR single player titles when the vast majority of Quest users simply aren't interested. I mean, who can really blame them? After all, Quest is where the money is. Although this lack of big single player titles might just be about to change. This year's Meta Quest Gaming Showcase received much more positive reception compared to its first installment back in 2021, and that was probably down to the announcement of what could be the most impressive Quest game so far. I'm of course talking about the much anticipated sequel to Boneworks, Bone Lab. Quest users have been asking for Boneworks pretty much ever since it came out, so now that they're finally getting it, there's no chance that it doesn't sell incredibly well. Further away, we can also look forward to GTA San Andreas, Splinter Cell, and Assassin's Creed, 3 of the biggest single-player franchises of all time. The quality of these games is yet to be seen, but they'll no doubt be played by millions. As it stands, PCVR still has the upper hand in nearly every way, but every single day, the Quest 2 is looking more and more like a serious competitor. And with the PlayStation VR 2 on the way, it might just be a tough couple of years for PCVR players. Although I'm sure indie developers will carry us through. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.